Oh, baby. Here we go. GT is here. We can talk about it now. We can go through all the breakdown. So let's go through it. What is it? What are we looking at? All right, guys, Scott Hogan coming at you. We're back. We're here in the studio. Let's talk some drivers. We have the Titleist GT. We have the Fairway Wood and the driver that we can talk about now. A few weeks back, we did do a showing of my fitting. I did get fit for these clubs, and you can go and check that out. I highly recommend it, where we go through numbers. You can kind of see the process. I think that's super important. And hopefully from that video, you just learn how important it is that you have a driver that is fitted and that you get it checked up on once in a while and keep doing that process. It's super important to making your investment in these clubs worth it. Now, back then, we really couldn't talk about the details, what's going on with these clubs. Now we can. So let's go through all the models and let's talk about what's going on with each club. And then if you have questions, please leave those down in the comments below. Now, GT is something that is new for Titleist. It stands for Generational Technology. It is them getting away from their TS project, their total speed project. We saw that with the TSI. We saw that with the TSR. I think because they've kind of gotten to a point where they've maxed out where they wanted to go with that. I think you're always going to chase speed, but nowadays what we're seeing with drivers, we are seeing something where we can get speed, but we can also get forgiveness. And the GT, to me, that is going to be one of the strongest points that I saw from previous driver that I had. Now, what is different about this driver? Well, you're going to look at the previous drivers. One thing that Titleist likes to do, if you notice with their staff, they typically have people that have played Titleist for a long time. And I think it's because they like the way that it looks. They like its familiarity. They don't want things to change too much. So when you look at the shape of the driver, you're going to say, Scott, there's not a whole lot that's different. I would tend to agree as we go through. When we look at the let's say TSR3, because I have a GT3, they don't look a ton different, just minor differences in the shapes. But one of the big things that Titleist is trying to do with it, because this is something that Max Homa actually wanted, was they actually wanted a seamless crown. So he wanted to get the crown to not have this look on the top where you could see where the face goes and then where it connects to what they call the chassis or the body of the driver. So they did move that so it has a little bit of a seamless look. They also have a material in this called a polymer that they are using that is going in this. You still have the titanium face, all that, but they have a little bit adapted to this new world of getting away from fully titanium drivers. They have now gone to this polymer material. It does sound, it feels good. It does give them a little bit of ability to work with the club head, I think, as they go through this. So that is something that I think has been a positive as we go through. Now from there, it's going to get into the different models. What do we have? We have the GT2. GT2 is going to be more of a, I call it more of a draw-based driver. You know, they have their sure fit settings where you can basically offset any draw bias, anything. In my experience hitting it, it definitely has a draw bias. If I have somebody that is getting fit and they want to get their ball flight to slice less, I would tend to lean towards the GT2. That's where I would go. That's because it just has a weight, a single weight in the back of the driver. That's going to help get that center of gravity back a little bit more forgiving, a little more launch, help get that face squared around a little bit. That is something I would look at. Now, GT3, you are actually going to see we have a weight system here in the bottom. That's going to actually let you do some adjusting. So I find this driver compared to the TSR3, you can actually feel a ton of weight in the head, which at first threw me off, but actually I really like it. I swing this driver a lot faster than the total speed, right? That's actually something that's interesting. Going from the speed model to the GT, I actually swing this quite a bit faster. That's really good. I always will take speed as I can get it, but I can now actually adjust where the weight is. It's actually inside this little, they call it underground, meaning it's inside the body. You actually can lift this up, it comes up, you adjust the weight, you can adjust your heel toe settings, favor a draw, favor a fade. So you have some adjustability of what you want to do with that. So gonna get that center of gravity a little bit more forward also because the weight is closer to the face. So a little bit more of a lower spinning option. And then again, you can work it both directions based on how you do that weight. Now the GT4, That's what I would call more of the low spin head. That's something for your high speed, you know, people that spin it more. You're trying to get spin off the golf ball. Now, again, they wouldn't say that it has a fade bias, but I've had a couple of people hit it that are really good players. I've hit it. I tend to think it has a little bit of a fade bias to it. So if you're somebody that wants to play a fade, definitely might be a starting point of where you want to look. The thing that's interesting with the GT4 is you're actually going to see two weights, one up by the face. You're going to see one in the back, and those can be interchanged. So right now you have actually, it comes kind of default set with the heavier weight in front, weight in the back. That's going to, again, help keep that spin down and try to flatten out that ball flight. But what you can do with it is you can actually flip those weights, and it actually turns it into what they call the GT 2.5, where it's basically just a little bit lower spinning version of a GT2. So that's, again, if something you're going to try it, that would be something you want to look at as you go. So that's the main differences that we are seeing with the models and what they're trying to achieve. And I think they do get that achieved with how they are set up for design. Now, how do they perform? Well, I've had mine for a few weeks now. I also have had the chance to hit it up against the TSR3. I've also had the chance to hit it up against other drivers. For me, this driver from the TSR3 actually goes about 3-4 miles an hour faster. TSR3 on a well-struck, where I felt like I pured it right out of the middle of the face, about 156, 157 miles per hour for me. The day that I was hitting, when I centered it out with the GT3, about 160, 161, that is on ball speed, miles per hour. The thing that is most impressive to me though, and I think this is the new frontier of drivers, is when you mishit this. The ball speed only drops by 2 to 3 miles per hour. That's what I was seeing. Now, this is on reasonable mishits, not something that, hey, I hit it way off the heel and I'm sending it way off the line, off direction, or I hit it off the toe so far that it's not even gear affecting, it's going way right on you. Those types of hits, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about I'm not hitting in the middle of the face. I'm hitting it still reasonably well, but I'm hitting it off center. I'm not seeing a drastic difference in what's going on with the ball speed. That is huge, and I think one of the best things about what they can do with the new material that is in the driver. They can increase what they call that MOI, moment of inertia, basically make it less penalizing on your mishits, which is really, really cool as you go through it. Now, having tried it on the course, I honestly, it took me a second to get used to it, but by the time I got to where I wanted, me getting into this lower spin head, I've always tried to get spin off the golf ball. It was really, really good. I actually hit a couple drives into the wind. For a while now, I haven't actually been the longest hitter in the group, but I was actually back to being one of the longest hitters in the group, hitting last into greens. That was kind of fun. But into the wind, I saw that ball just stay flat, not balloon. It was awesome. Really, really happy with it. All right, so we do have Fairway Woods as well. So we do have the GT2, GT3. Those are options that you have in the Fairway Woods. Similar idea as you're going through. GT3 going to be more of a low spin. You have your adjustability from heel to toe. You can do that. GT2, you're going to be trying to get it up a little bit higher and then go from there. Now, the knock on Titleist Fairway Woods has been that they are always very low driving Fairway Woods. That's not always the greatest thing for people. Now, this club, this GT3, I have it actually set at 15 degrees. This ball goes really high, which is actually a good thing. But does it go high and lose distance? That's what you don't want. But for me, my previous 3-woods, I had set at 13.5, and I actually hit this 3-wood at 15 degrees farther than I did with the other 3-woods at 13.5. I get more ball speed with it. That is something that you're supposed to be able to get from a lower lofted club. I'm actually getting more with this. So I'm a big fan of 3-woods. It's one of my best clubs in the bag. This club, I was worried about switching. This club has been awesome as we've gone through it. Again, very similar looks as we go through. Very, very traditional. Titleist not trying to change much as we go through. Now, shaft options, they have all of their stock options. They have some of the Tensai, the blue, the white. You can have those as stock options. They have some hazardous options that are in their stock options. Those are something that if you go get fit, I would definitely talk to a fitter about that. They also have a lot of great options that they offer that you can get straight from Titleist that are more on the upcharge side. So you have your Ventus, your TRs, some of those shafts. Obviously, I have Graphite Design. They have a lot of those shafts. those are something that you're going to want to try as you go through, and then you would look to put those into your golf club. Now, is it something that's going to be worth it for you? Well, biggest thing is you're gonna have to look at price. That's gonna be the first question. Retail on these, $649.99. That's where we're seeing drivers go. The prices are going to into that 600 level. You see the Fairway Wood, $399.99. That is where they are. Is it worth it to do it? In my honest opinion, the biggest thing that you want to know is you have to go get fit. You have to go get fit and try these out. I tried them out against previous models and I saw that, hey, I got 3 to 4 miles per hour ball speed, but more importantly, I didn't lose ball speed or a ton of it when I mishit it. So it helps me for my game, and to me, yeah, that is worth it to do. Is it going to be worth it to you? That is something that can be told through a fitting that you should definitely go do. We'd love to see you at Mistwood. I will link all that below, but it's something that would definitely is worth trying. And if you have a driver that's 4, 5, 6 years old, I think it's time to start looking at how forgiving these drivers are. They are definitely faster anyway, but how forgiving they are, and what I see from something like the GT has been incredible, and something that I think a lot of people will really, really enjoy to invest in for their games. All right, so definitely want to hear what your thoughts are. Leave those comments down below. And as always, click that subscribe button. We have more clubs that are getting released that we will be talking about. So make sure you are a subscriber to the channel so you do not miss out on that. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.